And I need to address this here. It is a very, very important issue, euthanasia. And I commend the state government and what they're doing and rewriting the laws. It needs to be done. Yes, it needs strict control. It can only be available to Victorians. It can only be available if the patient is capable of requesting it and even administering it. They must have the last-minute ability to pull out. Several doctors need to be involved, but it can and should be done. Now, like most people, I've got personal experience of it. I've seen relatives die in hospital. Just a little bit of extra morphine to hasten their death after hours of the family sitting around suffering next to the bedside helps the person who's about to die, helps the family. That happens all the time. It suppresses respiration and speeds up death. That's going on. Happens all the time. But unlike others, I have requested euthanasia for myself. It's more than 20 years ago now. I was misdiagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and I was given about 3 months to live. Now, it was an error. It was a nasty error. It happened on a Friday afternoon. I got that diagnosis, and it wasn't cleared up till Monday afternoon, so I had a few days thinking I was dying. But when I was told by the doctor, the first thing I asked, very first thing I asked, was whether he would help me end my life when it got too bad. I knew a little about that form of cancer. I knew it could be bad. I thought he agreed. Later he said there'd been a misunderstanding. He hadn't. But I'd asked him whether he'd help me with euthanasia when the time came. And because I thought he'd agreed, it lifted such an enormous weight. I'd taken control of the disease. I would decide when I died, not this bastard cancer. It was empowering. It was empowering me, a person who thought they were dying, over this disease that was killing me. I had enough to worry about with the family and everything else. This removed the issue of the fear of the death and the unbearable pain of death. It was the right thing to do, absolutely, no doubt. Now, I may never have used that power. Palliative care may work. It works for the vast majority of people, and good. But for some, it doesn't. They're improving it. Some people die badly. That's cruel for them. It's harsh on the families who watch and what's happening. We've had several cases recently in Victoria of elderly people committing suicide, awful violent deaths, because they feared exactly what I'm talking about. This is the right way to go. I've got absolutely no doubt about it because I've been there and I know the empowering influence. I know the impact it can have on a person. Righto, I can put that over mine now. I've got control of that. Let's get on with the things I've got to do, like living. This also must be above politics. By all means disagree on this issue, but take the politics out of it. People are too important for anything else. The politics should be out of it. The conscience vote goes ahead. I sincerely hope it gets up with very strict restrictions along the lines I've discussed. Very, very strict restrictions. I think it's what people want. I think it can be done sensibly and humanely. I think it is right. I think it is necessary. I think it is humane. And I think it's decent. We'll debate it further after 9.